Good morning. Happy first day of summer. Back in my classroom though to finalize everything, clean up everything, turn in everything. Got quite a bit to clean up still. There's just so much stuff. I end up with a lot of stuff all over every surface. I don't know why. Speaking of stuff, where's my, there it is. I still have a lot of emails to reply to. If anyone for any reason sent me an email in the last week, I basically didn't respond. So now is the day when I will do all of those. Putting in some last, literally not even in the school year anymore, grades we could talk about later. This year was the worst. Okay, let me get some of that stuff done, then we'll come back. The school year is over, but I still have students wanting, not just wanting points for work that was due in January. Some also asking what they can do to raise their grade. I'm just like, it never ceases to amaze me. Never. That kids who do nothing all year, and this year, doing nothing was taken to like a whole new level. The best part, you know, were the kids who did have their cameras on just so that you could see that they were on a different computer playing video games, watching YouTube, eating, you know, any number of things besides the bare minimum effort. Like 0% effort. I had so many students just do, it feels like an exaggeration, but nothing, none. This year, like, understand that my policy, oh, you weren't able to get that done. Okay, I have an infinite late work policy where you can still make up all of the points if you want. Do it at any time, whenever you want. Just deadlines are nothing until the end of the year, until like the year is actually over. This just makes my brain explode. Like I can never do a year like this again. And if you missed this update, for the last quarter of the school year, I had 1/3 of my kids in class and then 2/3 of them at home still. And I'm trying to teach these in-person kids who are acting real weird. Let's be honest, everyone is real weird after a year of lockdown. So am I. But despite the weirdness, like, I'm trying, you know, I'm showing up every single day and putting tons of effort into every single lesson, and we've got daily slides that explain everything. We've got Google Classroom that has everything organized. We have our, you know, we use Power School for all the grading. Like, I have done all I can do. I don't know. Also, I teach mostly 8th graders. You've been in school for 9 years. I don't think that all of this was entirely new. Like the concept of like a assignment that you turn in and then grades are assigned if you did it. I have never needed the summer more. I just need to not think about this. Been concerned for all my students' mental health, been concerned for their friendships and for their social skills and for their reading skills and for their technology skills and for what's going on at home. And I have no control over any of those things. And I have like 200 students. And I would say, okay, out of almost 200, maybe like 185, 190, I think is how many students I had. I would say about 30 of them like made this year bearable, you know, like just said hi, even just type in the chat, good morning Mrs. Forbes. That was like light years above and beyond logging on and having the camera on, and you know, you're not paying attention all the time, but just like, okay, like kind of looking at least sort of like you're paying attention and maybe slightly into it. Yeah, there were a few of those, and I don't know what I would have done without them. Like, thank goodness for that very, very small percentage of kids who were awesome. I'm so, so grateful for them. And a lot of, you know, some kids, it's just hard to convey anything via Zoom, I guess. But, you know, they did write like these cute little thank you cards and stuff. And, you know, I think some of them felt bad that they didn't put anything into it. And they wrote these nice thank you cards like, thank you for making this year as fun as it could be. So, you know, that like, even, you know, these little things mean a lot, because it's just like, okay, someone heard me, I guess. Someone heard my cries through the Zoom call. But I can never do this again. Like this, no way. I had some really fun in-person classes. I had one, no, I had two. I had two really fun in-person classes. So much so that I would like forget about the kids on the Zoom call, because I'd be like out there like talking with those kids and like working on their stuff with them and hanging out, and then I'd hear like a, hello, I have a question. I'm like, oh shoot, okay, yes, you, what? But the rest of them were just like dead silent. A kid sleeping, several kids sleeping. What am I gonna do about it? I don't know, they were sleeping the whole time they were at home. They're sleeping now. I don't, if we were reminded of anything this year, because we've always known this, guys. This is not new information, but we were reminded that like, I can't make a 14-year-old do anything. Are you kidding me? If a 14-year-old kid does not want to do an assignment, they are not going to do an assignment. What what magical powers do you think I have that I can make them do an assignment? No. We can make a menu. We can give them a choice board. We can allow them to work from their strengths. But if they don't want to do it, they're not going to do it. For some of them, they really like that control of not doing what you told them to do. Like, that's the only thing they can control in their life right now. One kid who just, you have this kid too, we all have this one, that turns in everything on Google Classroom. So then their parents look at Google Classroom, looks like they have every single thing turned in. All of it blank. For the whole year, like there was not one assignment with any words on it whatsoever. I can't control that. That is outside of my realm of magical powers. One of my coworkers last week said she felt like a bill collector trying to get all of these assignments from people. I was like, yes I do. Calling, emailing. Okay, so if you could just get in, I mean, maybe just get in part of it. Just get like a down payment in, you know, maybe that'll at least bring you to D-, and then you at least won't fail. It'll raise your overall credit score. I mean, GPA, like, I want to be done. I'm just very tired. So all of the annoying things are like front of mind right now, but it's summer, guys. There were some good things about the year. You know what? I had them do their, what do you call it? The end of the year survey. That was pretty good. Most of them had, you know, pretty good things to say. Like I asked them, oh, I don't even want to open it again, but, you know, like the amount of work that I gave, was it like fine, too much, too little? Pretty much everyone said fine or like too little. Like the speed that we went, or like, you know, how difficult the content was, everyone said it's basically fine. And then I asked like why they received the grade that they did, like do you understand? And the majority of my kids got A's. It doesn't sound like it from how I was talking before, but the majority of my students got A's, because if you did anything, I was thrilled and gave you 100 points. So most kids have A's or like A++, and they knew that. They said, I got a good grade because I did work. Like, some of them were like, I turned in assignments that got me an A. And then other kids were like, I got a bad grade because I didn't do any work. Or I didn't turn in any work because I didn't care. As long as we're on the same page, as long as there's like no confusion, like, okay. So the grades this year, I don't know. I mean, what do grades really mean anyway? Not a real big fan of, I don't know, everything that comes along with the way that we use grades. But like, just as a record of like, did you at least attempt to do some of the things that were assigned? Like, did you try to write this response? Yes or no? Okay, in the grade book, we have a way to keep track of that information. I don't know, 8th grade is rough because I think they've figured out that their grades don't matter, like that they literally got a 0.0 GPA and then they're going to high school. I think they've kind of cracked that code. So like what's the motivation? Unless it's intrinsic, unless it's like I want to do well, or like I think that there is some benefit to doing well or some like consequence I'm trying to avoid. It's just a bummer, because then those kids who didn't attempt anything because their skills are low, you have nothing to work with. So you can't help them in any way because they didn't do anything. And if they're on the other side of a screen that's black and they don't talk and they don't chat, there's only so many consequences. I couldn't just like keep penalizing people. I'm just like, no, that's not how I'm gonna spend my year. But that lack of accountability, like there's really nothing I can do to you if you do that, if you're not actually in class. I'm not gonna do anything. What am I gonna do? Kick you out of class so that, you know, if you did just so happen to maybe be listening on the other side of the screen, like now you're not gonna get that. Like there wasn't a good way to handle that. But then there's like no accountability, so then they weren't doing anything, and there's not even anything to help them with. So the weird thing is that online teaching, virtual teaching worked for most students, but in-person teaching works for most students also. It was like the same students. So it didn't seem that it was actually the online component that was the thing that caused anyone who like typically has A's and B's and shows up and shows a little bit of effort. I can't think of anyone who was that kind of a student before, but then because of online learning, suddenly couldn't get it together and never turned in any assignments. Like that didn't happen. Maybe it did in other places around the world, but like our kids had internet, they had Chromebooks, they had access, they had lots of help, you know, with like tech or whatever. If anything did happen to their Chromebook, they could come get a new one, they could switch it out. I bought a ton of physical books for everybody and just gave them to them, and I'm like out hundreds of dollars and they never returned them. So adults did lots and lots and lots for students this year. My coworkers went above and beyond and did like amazing things with their students. You do everything you can do, I guess, and then relax hard this summer. That's what has to happen next. Ooh, okay. There were some students that I trust so much that I wanted to ask them if they would be babysitter. And a student just emailed me back about babysitting, and I am excited. Yes, see, this student I trust so much that I would leave her with my child. So it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad at all. I had some awesome students this year. Let's leave the student discussion on that note. Some of the students were so good, I will give them my child. Okay, next thing that I'm trying to figure out here. Next week I'm going to be on a morning show, calling in to a Sacramento area morning show to talk about my book. So that will be exciting. If I have some kind of a link or something, I'll put that down there. Just very excited at the prospect of a babysitter. I haven't done that in forever, but I think like these kids are starting to get vaccinated and some of them are like super responsible and amazing. So yes. Okay, let me finish up all these ridiculous emails. Okay. I'm making one last cup of coffee and then I need to clean all this stuff up. This is the thing. I couldn't find the checkout list sheet, I know, but I think all surfaces have to be cleaned off. That makes sense. They need to move things around in order to like clean the floors and stuff. Clearing off surfaces is not my strong suit. I gotta deal with all of this loveliness. Oh goodness. Like, I don't even need all this stuff, I'm sure, but some of it is like stuff from students, things that could be like prizes for students. This over here I think is fine. The bottom is full of books now. The ones that I did receive back, I'm excited about. Most of them are lost forever. All right, I've got my cute little coffee. Oh, you know what? These are all the 8th grade English standards. So like RI 8.5. Actually teaching 7th grade English next year, so may have to change these. Let's see if we have any room in here for all the junk that still needs to fit. Oh my. If you ever thought I was an organized person, here you go. I sure have a lot of Pusheen stuff. Okay, this is the part I do not like. I don't want to put everything away. I just don't feel like it. Can someone else do it? But I also don't want anyone else to touch my stuff, so. Let's talk books next. I just got this really fun box of books from Simon & Schuster, the Simon Kids division. So let's take a look at what we have here. I've never read these, but I'm teaching 7th grade next year and I feel like these might be appropriate. Let's see, do they say, like on the back, 8 to 12. Okay, so yeah, that could be good. Oh hey, you can have a free downloadable curriculum guide. That's interesting. Dang it, I was gonna leave these here all summer, but now I'm curious and I kinda wanna take a look at these and see what we could do with that curriculum guide. So I don't know if these are all part of the same series, like if you have to read them in order or what, but these have such fun covers. I don't see any numbers on the spines, so I don't know. I'll bet a lot of you guys do know though, so let me know your experience with these. Ooh, bare bottom, that's very cute. This one is hardcover. I think the rest are paperback. Oh, I'll bet those are gonna look cool. Yes, they are. Oh my gosh, these are gonna be really fun to have on my shelf either way. Okay, and this one is just different. The Islanders. All right. And then, oh, I've heard about this one. Give this book a cover. Imagination activities. Maybe Jensen would use this. Maybe I'll take this one home for him. Okay, but I think I should just repack all of these though, because I don't even have anywhere to put them. All my bookshelves over there are full. This is like my overflow box from yesterday. I've got a bunch in here. And then I'll show you these in just a second. These are all the ones that I'm going to take home with me to read over the summer. All right, let's hang out on my amazing couch for a minute over here. This couch has just been like my one luxury all year. I have loved this. Okay, oh, all right, well, as I've said like 5 times, I'm teaching 7th grade and we use the what is it called? Collections curriculum in our district. I don't mind it. I've used it for 6th and 8th before, so now I have the 7th. What I do mind is that all of the textbooks are black. Why would you not make them different colors? Like, it's impossible. The poor librarian is trying to like sort 6th, 7th, and 8th grade textbooks, and it's like impossible to tell which one is which. Sometimes little things like that, I'm like, do you understand like how schools work? Like the little things that just make life so much more annoying. But anyway, I was flipping through the different collections. Okay, I think I wrote down, I like put them in my phone. If you've taught this, you know, the 7th grade collections curriculum, I'd love to hear which units you like. On my YouTube channel, I have some 8th grade units from collections and some 6th grade units that I've taught, and like, you know, which stories I liked, which ones I cut, what kind of activities we did with them. I would love to see more of that kind of stuff on YouTube so that we could just kind of like help each other through this curriculum that's like fairly common, you know, stuff that like a lot of teachers have. I of course like make a lot of my own resources, but if the textbook's here and it's good, I'm not gonna not use it and create everything from scratch. Okay, so bold actions. Yeah, I don't really know what I thought about this. So I had written down that I like the nature unit. It starts with an excerpt from Mississippi Solo, which is something I read in grad school. And actually I took 2 grad school classes, one in the English department and one in the history department about nature, literature, landscape, how all of that intersects, and it was awesome. So we're definitely going to do this nature unit, and I'm going to pull from a lot of the stuff that I have already. I want to do a nonfiction book unit. Gotta see what I can really pull off, because I'm used to 8th graders and I'm used to pushing 8th graders and doing some kind of hard stuff. But I have to keep in mind that these 7th, like there's a pretty big difference between 7th and 8th grade, and these 7th graders did all of 6th grade online, so they might not be ready for like, but I was reading this one, Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I just really love these young adult editions and like young reader editions of nonfiction books. I have quite a few of them, quite a few that are really, really good. It would be perfect for 8th grade. It would be a little bit hard for 7th grade, but I wonder maybe by the end of the year if we could do it. We can like really, really get them to that point. And I was thinking about like combining it with the Guided by a Cause unit. Some of the text in there seem pretty good actually, so maybe we'll try that. I always like to do a podcast unit every year, just because there's so much out there and they are free, and listening is literacy, as Ashley Bible always says, and yeah, we should totally do a podcast unit. I did one this year that I didn't love, so we'll try again. I would like to still do my fantasy lit circles unit. I think I'll switch out a couple of the books, provide a few more options that are at a little bit lower reading level, and just some of them, I don't know, we could do better. We could find ones that are a little bit more engaging and interesting. I think I'm gonna swap out Woven in Moonlight and maybe A Lot's Away, just because of the difficulty level. Okay, I also want to do a media bias unit, and I have some stuff on it already. Dot Cop Teaching does a really good unit. I have some of her stuff. Read It, Write It, Learn It has some good stuff. So just kind of a mix of those things I think would be really good. There's also a whole crash course channel. Like they have, you know, like a whole subset that's all about media. So I'm totally gonna use that. I don't know, I just feel like 7th grade should do like a lot of nonfiction and media studies. I don't know why, that's just like the sense that I get from 7th grade for some reason. There's a perception and reality unit that could be kind of like woo-woo and fun, I don't know. The risk and exploration unit, I already hate it, but we could sort of turn this on its head. 7th grade history does like world history, beginning with like the fall of the Roman Empire, and then it leads up into the age of exploration and all of that. And I think that their kind of like theme is like sites of encounter. So like when these different civilizations encounter each other, what happens and what advantages, you know, end up tipping the scales, and like what do people do with their advantages. So I wonder, what is this called again? Risk and exploration. We can tie this into that 7th grade history curriculum and also talk about like gentrification, because is it really a risk to do all of this exploring? A lot of it is like space exploration. That's what a lot of the texts are about. Like, why do we go into space? Why do we spend billions upon billions of dollars to go into space when people need things here? What is in it for us? Why do we do things like that? Space race, distraction from the problems of the earth. I don't know. So yeah, maybe that. And then the other thing that I was thinking is doing a medieval literature unit that could also maybe go along with what the 7th grade history teachers do. I took a medieval literature class in grad school. And I remember thinking, like, if I ever teach 7th grade English or history, this would be kind of fun to incorporate. The theme of everything in medieval literature is like nature versus civilization. As people come together and like follow rules, does that corrupt everybody? You know, under like feudalism with kings and stuff, or was it better to like not have those systems? Yeah, so that could be kind of fun. I don't know. All right, and then real quick, I don't know how quick this would be, but let me show you the books that I'm going to bring home to read over the summer. Let me know which ones I should read first, because I have a lot here. So Eliza and Her Monsters, excited about that one. They Both Die at the End. I've started this one, but it's so freaking sad. I'm just like, I don't know if I want to finish this, but people always talk about it. So this is another one I'm thinking of using for our fantasy lit circles. The Serpent's Secret, based in a lot of like Indian mythology. So yeah, I'm probably gonna use that one in the unit next year. Shanghai Girls by Lisa C. The Night Diary, which is making me think, I wonder how much 7th grade history gets into imperialism and India and stuff like that. I need to find out. Ahimsa, also partway through this one. A lot of these I've like started and then just, I don't know why, but I didn't finish. We Are Not Free by Tracy Chi. Excited to read this one. Punching the Air, Ibi Zeboy and Yusuf Salam. All of these are so good. It's just like very hard to know where to begin. Hilary McKay is just an incredible author, I think. And so I want to read The Time of Green Magic. It's not very long. I should just get through that one. Oh, yes, this one I really, really want to read. If your kids are into like the whole UFO stuff right now, Skywatchers would be good. Ooh, this could go with like that risk and exploration unit maybe. My friend wrote this, so excited to read that one. Oh yeah, we did a little Zoom hangout with this guy, Simon Tam, this year, and this is one of his memoirs. I was gonna see if it would work for nonfiction. I don't know. Here's another like young adult adaptation, One Person No Vote by Carol Anderson. I want to read this. A lot of times I just appreciate reading things in the young adult adaptation. It just goes faster, so they're usually really well done. I've started this one as well. It's been sitting here for a while. Girl Serpent Thorn, another option possibly for fantasy lit circles. And then my friend who's getting her doctorate in education lent me this one. She was like, you need to read this, you'll love it, and you know, want to burn everything down. The Shame of the Nation by Jonathan Kozol. And then I just have a student textbook in here just because I don't know if I want to bring the whole teacher edition home. I might just go with this. So yeah, that's what we've got for the summer. I mean, I actually really, really enjoy the planning part. I enjoy like all of the reading and like being up on, you know, what's happening in young adult literature and being able to like bring that into my classroom. I'll have to make another video. We've been talking for too long, but I'll have to make another video about like what from this year I will still be keeping going into next year. Like, while I hope that it is incredibly different next year, there are a few things that I wouldn't mind carrying over. Not very many, but a few. Where am I gonna put all of these? Where am I gonna put all these books? My new bookshelves are already full. Oh my gosh, this tote bag is already ripping. Thankfully, I have like 800 tote bags in here. I don't know why. Oh, we did this history pilot thing, and every time we had a meeting, we got a new tote bag. So like, oh no, sad. This one's probably not gonna be able to carry all of these books. But I do have a tote full of totes, so I'm sure I can use one of these. Oh, I almost forgot to show you this. I made a little poster of my book cover. I just thought that would be fun to have. It matches my classroom so well. These signs are from Oh Happy Danny. This little tassel banner thing is from a party shop, I think. These were pages from a book that was on Amazon a couple years ago that has been sold out for ever and ever. These are my social justice standards, and then my poster. I maybe should have done it a little bit bigger, but whatever. I just wanted to have a little piece of it in there. Talk about a ridiculous purchase this year. I wanted a blanket in here sometimes when I was teaching just like all virtually from the couch. I really miss those days, to be honest. I got a rainbow pencil Mrs. Forbes blanket from Erin Condren, and it was amazing. So I guess I better pack this up so it doesn't get dirty over the summer. I have a hair appointment later today. I have not straightened my hair in months. I hardly do anything to get ready in the morning besides skincare and then like my eyebrows and some eye makeup, since I look like this every day and I'm exhausted every day and my eyes are just like, but I've been getting like some grays in here, so yeah, we're gonna try and fix some of that. I was talking to my friend the other day that's like my same age, and we were like, did the stress of this pandemic like age us, or were we just in our mid-30s, so that was gonna happen anyway this year. Like, what was it? What happened? Because, oh my. I am starting to feel a little bit like healthier though. I've started going back to the gym. I like Orange Theory. It's expensive, but I like it. I like how strict it is and that all of the workouts are written by people with PhDs in exercise phys. So I trust it. And they're very, very clean. So I go there and wear my mask and everything. I just got back on like the train for, what do you call it? Like the I don't do HelloFresh. What do I do? I can't even remember. I'll have to like make a video. Do some vlogging once it's summer and yeah. But like the oven that was in the house that we moved into doesn't work. So we're getting a new oven tomorrow. Jensen also just recently got some bunk beds, but we're getting like the mattress delivered. It's very difficult to like move or redo anything right now because everything is back ordered or just like out of stock, not available. So practically every day there's like some kind of shipping or unboxing or delivery issue that I gotta deal with, which is fine. You know, it's just like part of moving in. But it's been like a month since we've moved in and we still have so much to do. We have so many boxes that are not unpacked because we don't have the furniture yet to put the stuff in, you know. Gotta get rid of some stuff. We're used to having a dumpster. We don't have a dumpster anymore because we're just like in a neighborhood. So we gotta figure out how to like get things hauled away. All of those things. So anyway, I have a hair appointment today. I'm excited. Need to go to the post office. Need to give back my keys. Maybe I'll go give back my keys right now and then do my meeting. We're close enough to packed up. I'm just gonna grab that bag. Yeah, the summer's gonna be busy. There's already a lot of things in the works, but really none of it is work. Like, none of it is jobs. I'm not making any money. I'm not teaching summer school. I'm not writing a book this summer as far as I know. I'm just like, I signed Jensen up for soccer. He's doing like kindergarten camp. You know, we're getting his room all set up. Like it's just gonna, this summer is just gonna be about Jensen. I feel like so often my summers have to be about work, but I worked so hard this school year that I just want summer to be about family and about Jensen, and I'm leading Bible studies and you know stuff like that. That's just like just part of living and not part of working. Getting back to the gym, you know, cooking again. We can do laundry. Finally, we finally have washer and dryer, so kind of getting settled in our new place and doing some reading. And of course I'm going to be doing stuff for like Teachers Pay Teachers and planning for next year and all of that, but hopefully not too many things that are like on a deadline and like for other people. Like I just want to work at my own pace and just like be a mom and a wife this summer. Me and Derek need to go on a freaking date. We've not gone on a date in so long. So I just want to do, those things this summer. So yay. Okay, I'm gonna end the vlog here, go give back my keys, and then move on into my well-deserved summer. I'm sure yours is well-deserved also. So let me know in the comments below something that you're gonna do just for yourself this summer that is not working, that is not about being productive. What are you gonna do? All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. Bye.